Have you ever felt like you're drowning in a room full of people, even when everyone's laughing? Like you're the only one who notices the cracks in someone's smile or the heaviness in the air. If this hits home, you might be an INFJ, the rarest personality type, often called the walking contradiction. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the hidden battles INFJs fight every day. The ones they bury deep because words can't do them justice. This isn't just a video. It's a lifeline for those who've always felt like outsiders in their own skin. 1. The curse of the emotional sponge. Imagine walking into a room and instantly feeling like you've been punched in the chest. Not because of anything someone said, but because you're hit with a wave of emotions that aren't even yours. INFJs don't just sense moods, they absorb them. A friend's hidden anger, a coworker's secret jealousy, or a stranger's quiet despair clings to them like static. It's not a choice, it's a reflex. They leave social events drained, not from talking too much, but from subconsciously cleaning up the emotional mess around them. When they say, "I'm tired," they don't mean they need sleep. They mean their soul feels like it's been dragged through gravel. And the worst part? No one believes them. People shrug and say, "You're too sensitive." Not realizing sensitivity for an INFJ is like breathing. It's how they survive. 2. The loneliness of being too deep. Small talk is torture. INFJs crave conversations that crack open the universe. Discussions about death, destiny, or why humans are wired to hurt the ones they love. But the moment they ask, "What's the meaning of your life?" most people freeze. Eyes glaze over, and suddenly everyone's fascinated by their shoes. So INFJs learn to shrink their curiosity. They nod along to gossip about traffic or TikTok trends, all while screaming inside, "Is this all there is?" They're surrounded by people, yet they've never felt more alone. It's like living in a world where everyone speaks a language you don't understand. 3. The secret guilt of setting boundaries. Saying no feels like a betrayal. When a friend calls crying at midnight, INFJs answer. When a coworker needs a favor, they volunteer. But the second they carve out time for themselves, guilt eats them alive. What if they think I'm selfish? What if they stop liking me? They'll cancel their own therapy appointment to drive someone else to theirs. They'll skip meals to listen to a stranger vent. And when they finally snap and say, "I can't do this anymore," they're met with confusion. But you're always so strong. No one sees the cost of that strength. The sleepless nights, the panic attacks, the slow erosion of their own needs. 4. The paradox of being the therapist friend. Everyone trusts INFJs with their darkest secrets. Cheating spouses, suicidal thoughts, childhood traumas, they've heard it all. They're the human diary people confide in, then forget about. But who holds space for the INFJ's pain? No one. When they tentatively share their struggles, they're met with awkward silences or empty platitudes like, "You'll figure it out." It's a lonely role. They're praised for their wisdom but punished for their vulnerability. They become a vault, locked away with everyone else's skeletons, while their own ghosts rattle inside, unheard. 5. The horror of inauthenticity. INFJs can smell a lie from a mile away. A forced laugh, a fake compliment, or a politician's empty promise feels like sandpaper on their nerves. They'd rather be hated for their honesty than loved for a performance. But the world runs on shallow interactions. "How are you?" is a greeting, not a question. "Let's catch up soon" is a polite exit, not a plan. INFJs constantly battle between calling out the fakeness or playing along to keep the peace. Either way, they lose. Speak up, and they're too intense. Stay quiet, and they suffocate in their own silence. 6. The nightmare of overthinking. An INFJ's brain is a 24/7 conspiracy theorist. A single text, "We need to talk," spirals into a 3-hour mental documentary. Did I mess up? Are they mad? Is this about the coffee I spilled last week? Every decision, from ordering lunch to choosing a career, is dissected like a frog in biology class. They'll replay a conversation from 5 years ago, cringing at a joke that didn't land. Sleep? Forget it. Their mind's too busy writing horror movies about worst-case scenarios. It's exhausting, but they can't shut it off. Overthinking isn't a habit, it's their default setting. 7. The burden of seeing potential in everyone. INFJs don't just see people, they see their best versions. The shy coworker? They envision her leading meetings. The self-destructive friend? They picture him sober and thriving. But when people fall short of that potential, it breaks the INFJ's heart. They'll pour energy into cheering others on, only to watch them self-sabotage again and again. It's like watching someone drown while refusing to grab the life raft you threw. Eventually, INFJs wonder, am I naive for believing in them? Or are they blind to their own greatness? The line between hope and heartbreak gets thinner every day. 8. The fear of being too much. INFJs love hard. They'll remember your favorite book, notice when you change your perfume, and cry at your wedding speech. But they've been called too intense, too emotional, or too idealistic enough times to build walls. They'll hide their passions, soften their opinions, and laugh at jokes they don't find funny, just to fit in. Letting someone see the real them is terrifying, because when they do, one of two things happens. Either the person leaves, scared off by their depth, or they stay and take advantage of it. INFJs often wonder if they'll ever find someone who doesn't make them choose between being loved and being themselves. 9. The trap of perfectionism. Good enough? Never. INFJs hold themselves to impossible standards. That work presentation is trash unless it's flawless. The birthday gift they spent weeks planning? It's lame if it doesn't make you cry happy tears. They'll rewrite an email 10 times, delete a selfie 20 times, and rehearse a voicemail 30 times, all to avoid the shame of being average. And when they do make a mistake, they'll beat themselves up for years. A tiny typo in a text from 2018 will still haunt them at 3 a.m. Perfectionism isn't a goal, it's a prison. 10. The agony of unspoken intuition. INFJs know things they shouldn't. They'll meet someone and instantly sense, this person is dangerous, with no logical reason why. They'll get a bad vibe from a job offer that looks perfect on paper. But when they voice these gut feelings, they're called paranoid or judgmental. So they bite their tongue, watching friends date toxic partners or accept shady deals, screaming inside, I told you so, when things blow up. The curse? Being right doesn't feel good. It feels like proof that no one trusts their wisdom until it's too late. 11. The identity crisis of chameleon syndrome. INFJs shapeshift to survive. Around loud friends, they're the cheerful listener. At work, they're the responsible leader. With family, they're the peacekeeper. But who are they when no one's watching? After years of mirroring others, they forget. Hobbies, opinions, even their sense of humor get buried under layers of what's acceptable. They'll stare in the mirror and think, who is this person? What do I actually like? It's like wearing a mask so long your face grows into it. Rediscovering themselves feels like meeting a stranger, one they're not sure they'll like. 12. The heartbreak of unrequited idealism. INFJs believe in love that lasts, justice that's blind, and a world where kindness wins. But reality is a slap in the face. They'll cry over news stories about war, rage at corrupt systems, and lie awake wondering, why doesn't anyone care? The gap between the world they dream of and the one they live in is a constant ache. Some days their hope feels heroic. Others it feels delusional. They're labeled naive for wanting better. But deep down, they'd rather die than let cynicism win. Conclusion. To the INFJs watching, your dark realities aren't flaws. They're proof of your depth. The world needs people who feel deeply, love fiercely, and fight silently for a better tomorrow. Yes, it's exhausting. Yes, it's lonely. But your ability to see light in the darkness, to hope when others quit, to care when it's easier not to, that's not a weakness. It's a superpower. So keep going, keep feeling, keep being unapologetically you. Because the world doesn't need more noise. It needs more INFJs.